and a warm welcome. How are we all feeling at the moment? Today we're working through passive aggressiveness and assertion. And now a lot of people are passive aggressive. They sort of say like a snotty comment, or it's a backhanded compliment, or there's always a hidden agenda. And this is because people who are passive aggressive don't know how to assert themselves. Assertion is when you say what you mean and you mean what you say. Assertion is not beating around the bush and saying a snotty remark there and saying something but really meaning something else, and it's this back and forth. Oh, it's so draining. And passive aggressive people can be so exhausting, so annoying, because why can't you just say what you mean? And this is because people who are passive aggressive have never learned how to stand up for themselves, how to be assertive, how to be honest, how to be congruent. And usually it's the passive aggressiveness that causes people to be two-faced. Because people who are passive aggressive are not unapologetically themselves. They hide behind masks. Their intentions are very confusing, and they tend to make you feel quite bad for no particular reason at all. And passive aggressiveness is just one way to tear a person down without being direct about it. Being assertive is being direct about your intentions, direct about who you are, and direct about what you say and what you mean. Because if we can't be direct and we keep beating around the bush, how do we ever get to the point? How do we ever solve the problem? If it's this constant back and forth, and passive aggressive people tend to be quite manipulative also. They can manipulate you by saying something, but the way they say it, they're really trying to mean something else. Like, oh, do you want to go there? Okay, yeah, we can go there. That's fine. That's passive aggressive. But if someone says, oh, let's go to this place, and you are assertive and you don't want to go and you are strong within your boundaries, you say, no, I don't think that's a good idea for me. I'll have to pass. And passive aggressiveness can land you in very hot water when you cannot make a final decision and an actual concrete decision. And now passive aggressiveness is actually quite dangerous because it hides intentions. It hides the intention of someone wanting to be offensive, wanting to be hurtful, or trying to manipulate someone else. When you are not clear about your intentions, people tend not to trust you because they don't understand what your motives are. And passive aggressive people are very, very, very good at hiding their motives and never being clear on their intentions. And that's what can make it can make the power struggle very difficult, very much back and forth. And passive aggressiveness, believe it or not, this way of communicating is a form of manipulation. I'm going to tell you that you look bad by telling you you look good. Oh, your makeup is a bit messy, but your hair looks nice today. You see, it's just another way of manipulating you into believing that you look bad, even though they said, oh, but your hair looks nice. But now you're focused on, oh, what's wrong with my makeup? Am I smudged? What's wrong? And it sort of puts you in a place of self-doubt. And that's why passive-aggressive people are very good at instilling self-doubt into other people. because they're manipulating you into believing something that isn't true about you. And people who are passive aggressive in their relationships can cause a lot of issues with addressing the problem. You're really not direct about the problem. You're not assertive. You're not really engaged or enveloped in the discussion about moving on from the problem and solving the problem and finding solutions. You are not accepting of the problem because the passive aggressive part of you keeps saying, oh, I understand we have a problem. I understand this is the conflict, but you did this. You did that. And a lot of passive aggressive people in relationships can cause gaslighting and manipulation towards their partners, which can make their partners doubt their reality and make the relationship extremely toxic. And then again, you want to aim to be assertive, being strong within yourself, being confident, saying what you mean, being direct, being honest. And assertion is being honest about who you are, not telling lies, fibs, outlandish stories, things that are not relevant to who you are. And it's about being congruent. And by congruence, I mean your words match your behaviors. Words and actions match. And that's what congruence is. Because a passive-aggressive person will say something, but they'll mean the complete opposite, or they'll do the complete opposite. Always say what you mean. Be clear and concise on your intentions and your communications. What is your goal? What are you trying to communicate? And be open about it. And the thing is, the dangerous part of passive-aggressive communication is people try to implant the seed, the sense of doubt, that you doubt yourself, you doubt who you are, you doubt your self-worth, you doubt your self-image, and it can be very, very damaging. And passive-aggressive people will try to make you doubt yourself, especially if they are master manipulators, because then they're just getting what they want by not being clear about their intentions. And assertion is the only way to establish healthy boundaries. Remember, you don't want your boundaries to be too porous or too rigid. But if on a values level, it's a no, stick to it. Because boundaries often have a lot to do with our values, what we deem as wrong or right, and we tend to operate out of that. And remember to recognize a real compliment. If someone comes up to you and says, wow, I think you are a great communicator, and they don't ask you for anything and they don't say anything else, that is a true compliment. But if someone comes up to you and says, oh, you're such a good communicator, but I notice you tend to assume things, that is a fake compliment. That is not a real compliment. A compliment is not followed by an insult, then it is not a compliment. It is an attempt of a passive-aggressive person to manipulate you. And remember, silent treatment is also a form of passive-aggressive behavior. If you have had a conflict with someone and you want to talk about it, you want to work through the issue, you want to show them that you still love them, but they choosing to disconnect, they choosing to ignore you the whole day and not tell you what their problem is, that is being passive-aggressive by not addressing the issue, even though you have an issue with that person. And another trait of passive-aggressive people is that they make you feel ashamed for your issues. They make you feel ashamed for your quirks, your uniqueness. And they do this. They make you feel ashamed of the conflict instead of resolving it. So remember, passive-aggressive behavior hides your intentions. It makes people not want to trust you. A lot of people who are passive-aggressive do manipulate, and it's a dangerous way that people communicate. So remember, always be direct, honest, open, and assertive. How do you relate? So remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that stunning person. Stay strong wherever you're from. You are worthy.